Hey there, this is Christine Collins, and I'm going to show you today a little bit of a walkthrough of one of my personal favorite content platforms called SocialBee. And full disclosure, I am an affiliate for this particular platform. One of the reasons why I love SocialBee so much is because I am a solopreneur and I do just about everything in my business myself. And this platform alone has saved me hours and hours, hundreds of hours of time because of the way that it works. So one of the key features of SocialBee is that it will continuously pop content out to your social media platforms. You can decide which platforms you're working with. Now, I work with Facebook and Instagram, but SocialBee also works with tools like LinkedIn and TikTok. So just depending on what type of social media support you're looking for, this may be a helpful platform for you. So this little video is by no means going to be comprehensive. I'm just going to give you kind of a quickie overview of how I use it, but definitely make sure to look into the very many ways that you can use this tool. So we're here on the categories page, and one of the things that I love about SocialBee categories is that you can kind of break down your content into segments. There are several reasons why this is useful. One, it's very handy in terms of scheduling, and I'm going to show you how that works in just a second. But also, my SocialBee platform doubles for me as a content library. So for example, I happen to have several different products and services. You may only have one or two, so my categories might look a little bit more complicated or complex than yours might necessarily need to. But just to give you some examples, so one of the categories that I have is called Magical Marketing Freebies. So Magical Marketing is one segment of my business where I focus heavily on things like content, strategy, and marketing. And I have a variety of different freebies that are suitable for that subject. So when I'm focusing on in my business, this is my freebie library. And so this is what it looks like as you create the posts. So these are all of the posts that I have previously created throughout probably, a few years now that I've been using this tool. And these are all of my freebies that are related to magical marketing. And so anytime I have a moment where I'm like, hey, I need a freebie for something, I'm posting in a Facebook group, or I want to share it with someone, I already have things that are pre-written and I've already previously taken the time to think about how I want to word things. All my links are there. And one of the nice things about SocialBee is that it stores all of that for you, so you can come in and grab it anytime you need it. So let me just quickly show you what it looks like to create a post. So you would add post to the category, and I'm just going to go ahead and open one that I've already created, but it's going to look the same when you click add post, except that it'll be blank. So this is what it looks like on the inside. You type in your text, you can add emojis. Down here they have, the little smiley face icon where you can add in if you use hearts and various other types of emojis, and it will remember use the most frequently. The other thing that's really cool about SocialBee is that you can boldface it or italicize it, and they even have now added this little magic wand feature. I won't click it right now because I don't want to alter this particular post, but when you do click it, it adds in hashtags and you can adjust those. So basically what it does is it scrapes through your content for themes. So for this particular post, I'm talking about things like niching. So it would most likely create for me a hashtag niching. If I mention the word marketing or content marketing, it'll create a hashtag content marketing for me. Now, sometimes it'll create hashtags that aren't relevant, just based on the language that I'm using. So like if I'm telling a little story about like elephants or something, you might get a hashtag elephant and you can just adjust that as you need to. But it's really nice because then when you get a really good list of hashtags partially generated from SocialBee and partially actually your own creation, you can just continuously copy and paste that list of hashtags that are relevant to your social media post. The other thing that's nice about this is you can take a post that you've written and you can create a variation by simply clicking Add Variation. And what it will do is just copy everything that's in your original post, including the image. And then if you want to take it and like maybe have a shorter version or switch the wording around a little bit, you can do that quite easily. And what it will do is it'll rotate so that you're not constantly popping the same post all the time, but it's still kind of on the same subject. Okay, and then you can add your graphics. So all you have to do is click Upload, and you can pull in your own images, graphics, whatever you have. There's also a way to link directly into Canva. So if you store your graphics there, you can use that as well. Those are probably the two primary ways that I add things. And when you're using Instagram, you have to have an image. Now here's the other nice piece. Up here along the top, you'll see the little bubbles of all of the social media accounts that you have connected. So I've got my personal page, which I don't use for anything business related. That's just like for friends and family. I have my business page. I have my Instagram page. And then I don't use it, but I do have my LinkedIn page connected too. So what you can do for each post is you can click and decide, okay, I'm going to use this one for LinkedIn, or no, I'm not. I'm just going to use it for Facebook, or I want it to be for Facebook and Instagram. And it's really nice because SocialBee will automatically add both of those for your library of things that it will pop for you. And when you're all done making your changes, you just go down to this little yellow update post button, and then it will update for you in your thread here. So that is basically how the categories work. So I do have like tips and education section, and I have one of those for each product that I sell. So for example, this is my magical marketing tips and education section. These tips are all directly related to the magical marketing products that I sell, so that I can schedule them together so that my social media is kind of cohesive. And if someone starts following me and they start seeing tips around something related to content, then when they see a promotional post, it's actually going to be connected to the tip that they just saw. And let me show you now how it is that you can kind of make that happen with the schedule. So we go to the schedule setup, and you have full control over the order, over the time, over the day, and kind of the frequency of how you want to do things. And it is all scheduled based on your categories. So this is the reason that I have so many different categories, because when I'm in magical marketing mode, I have all of my tips and my freebies and my promos that are related to magical marketing scheduled out. And then if I switch and I start talking about hypnosis again, that's kind of the other branch of my business. I have tips for hypnosis, I have freebies for hypnosis, and I have promotional posts for hypnosis. So when you're doing your schedule, you just kind of click the little plus button here, and you decide where you want the post to go. So I usually just do Facebook and Instagram for mine, and it will go ahead and pop it out to both, so you don't have to schedule those manually or separately at all. You choose the category that's relevant for that week or that month, however you'd like to do it, and it will just continue to keep following the schedule until you change it. So you can literally set it and forget it. So let's just say hypothetically you have an entire month where you're focused on one subject. So let's say I have a hypnosis month. I'm doing a webinar around hypnosis, and therefore I want all of my content, my tips, my promos, my freebies, I want everything around hypnosis. I even have like funnies, which are like memes that are related to hypnosis. So let's just say I'm going to go ahead and do hypnosis funnies, and I want to do that Tuesday at whatever time you want. We'll say 2:56, and you just simply add that to the schedule. So now every Tuesday at that time, it's going to grab one of the posts in that list that we just looked at and pop it out to your Facebook and your Instagram or whichever socials you've selected there. So all you have to do ever really is change the schedule around. And if you don't change it, it'll just continue to pull things out of your list. So when you get to a place where you have a lot of content, like I do, I've been kind of building it up over several years, and I just keep adding to what's in each of my lists. I don't ever have to schedule content. For the most part, I don't have to do anything manual ever, which is really nice for many reasons. So it's nice if you are like me, where you, like I have a lot of down days I'm not feeling well, days I can't get on a computer and do things. If you're going on a vacation, or if you're simply a solopreneur who would like to focus most of your energy on taking care of your clients, or you have another way of marketing beyond social media that you want to place a heavier focus, this kind of keeps just things running for you while you go off and do other stuff. There's really never a need to do manual posting. And finally, you can have a sneak peek, like if you're curious to see what post is going to pop up next. So this is my current schedule. And right now I have something going on called Month of Magic. So I've got specific posts related to that are going to be popping, and I can go and click really on any of them. So this is my happy clients section, where I have like reviews and stuff like that. And I can just click on it and see like, oh, okay, that's what's going to be up next. That's what's going to show up, you know, on whatever that was, Wednesday that I clicked on. Let's see what's happening on Thursday at 2:02 a.m. Looks like I've got a hypno funny, which is my version of a hypnosis meme. And this is what's going to be showing up at that particular time. So if I want to peek ahead and see what SocialBee has created for me, I can, and I can also change it. The other thing is, I forgot to mention that when you are creating a new post, you can also, when you're creating it, after you have everything done, you just click this little where it says post now while saving, just turn that green. And then when you go in and save your post, it'll pop it out straight away to all your socials, but it will also add it right back into your library. So it'll continuously get popped. You can also do like an expiration. So let's say you've got a promotion happening like this week only. You can expire the post after it goes out a certain number of times, like after it's posted twice, say. Or you can expire it at a certain date. So let's say it's a special that ends the end of this week. You can just decide to expire it at the end of the week, and then it will no longer continue to pop out to your socials. So again, this is a very quick overview. SocialBee does a lot more than this. This is simply the way I use it because I like to keep things very simple in my business. But there are a lot of other tools. I know they're constantly adding and upgrading. They've got things with TikTok that I haven't even looked into because I don't really use that particular platform. So definitely this is by no means a limit to what SocialBee can offer you, but this is just one of many ways that I use it, and it has truly been a lifesaver that I don't need to go in every week and schedule content or every month or whatever it is. All I really have to do is decide if the schedule that I've already put into motion is still valid, or do I want to change anything around in the schedule? Do I want to go in and delete any old posts? If you don't want to delete them, you can also just turn them off. So you'll see here there's like a little green button that says approved. You can just simply switch that over to red, and then that post will stop going out. So those are my little tips and tricks for using SocialBee. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you have an absolutely magical and creative rest of your day.